Working against Foster, little body contact, and now Apple lost control for just a moment, and we'll work it back out high for Joe Bassendale. Bassendale in the lane, stops, gonna have to get rid of it, and we're gonna get a traveling call as really Bassendale going into an area where he just got stuck and had no place to go. So first turnover of the game, and the Hodags will take over. We're gonna get an early substitution now. Number 34, Casey Rentmeester is into the game, and he replaces Bassendale. So the Hodags go to work on offense once again. Here's Teague Orgerman, gets it off on the wing for Casey Drake. Short dribble, jumper, no good. Rebound Ryan Catilla, and he kicks it out. The Hodags will set it up once again. Now Casey Drake along the baseline, loses the ball for a moment, hits the end line, out of bounds. Turnover Hodags, Bayport will take over. We're coming to you from Brown County Arena, the Division I sectional semifinal. The Hodags coming with their full court pressure now, and for Rhinelander, it's really worked so effectively all year long. Really, not too many teams have been able to handle it against Rhinelander, and that's really a key to beating this Hodag team if you're going to do it. Three-pointer launched on the way by Rowland was short off the rim. Rhinelander rebounds. As we played almost 2 minutes, Bayport has yet to score. Look at Teague Orgerman just driving right in and scoring. Teague Orgerman, the first basket of the game for either teams. The Hodags lead 3-0 with 6 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Bayport breaking the pressure, and now Mike Foster almost knocking it away from Apple, and we're going to get a foul. This one will go against the Hodags. But Rhinelander coming out very aggressive. That foul will go on Foster. That will be his first. Another substitution now as Bassendale returns to the lineup for Bayport, and Rentmeester will take a seat on the bench. So Rentmeester with about a 30-second appearance or so. Bayport inbounds with Jason Apple out high, again guarded by Mike Foster. Out on the wing for Bassendale. Bassendale guarded by Casey Drake, now working in the lane, pulls it out once again and flips it over to Brad Schulke. Schulke swinging it around and now working in the lane. Bassendale goes up strong and is fouled by Casey Drake, and that's something we're going to have to watch for Rhinelander. Casey has been having some foul trouble. He had some foul trouble in the Marinette game. In fact, he fouled out of that game with about 4 minutes left to go, 4 or 5 minutes left to go. So for Casey, that is his first foul, second team foul on the Hodags. And I should say Ben Rowland, who took the shot, will now go to the free throw line. Rowland's first free throw on the way is good. So with 5:41 left to go here in the first quarter, Bayport is finally on the board. Bassendale shooting his second one. This one rims off. The rebound comes away to Teague Orgerman. So both teams 1 for 2 from the charity stripe to start out here. Teague Orgerman working in the front court against Rowland. Now gets knocked down as Schulke comes away with the steal. And another Hodag turnover, their second of the game here in the early stages. Now Rhinelander able to steal away. Ryan Catilla got right in the passing lane, made a great play. And now the Hodags working in the front court. Teague Orgerman left it short, looked almost like he airballed it, got it back, and the Hodags will reset. Here's Foster now driving in the lane, dumping it off. Matt Perenick, shot up and good. Nice job of penetration by Mike Foster. And Matt Perenick able to come up with the basket. Now the Hodags off the turnover, working in the front court. And Casey Drake gets his shot blocked by Ben Rowland. Nice job defensively for Bayport after a good effort on the Hodags' part defensively to get the turnover. So Rhinelander leading 5-1 with 4:45 left to go here in the first quarter. This is Schulke off for Apple. Apple again guarded by Foster and has his shot blocked. Foster rejecting that one, and the Hodags able to recover it. So Rhinelander will look to add to their 4-point lead here in the early stages of the first quarter. Teague Orgerman working out high as Coach Rich Fortier calling out the Miami play, and that looks to be an alley-oop pass as that one didn't work out, but Rhinelander able to recover. Drake going for Perenick on that one, as definitely Matt Perenick with some serious ups, but not able to get control of that one. Here's Foster now. And as he looks to drive, he's called for traveling. Another turnover for the Hodags, and with 4:09 left to go here from Brown County Arena, we're going to get a 20-second timeout by Bayport. The Hodags leading at 5-1. We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast: DCI Building Center, Ripco Credit Union, Wausau Papers Technical Specialty Division, Rhinelander Mill, and Nicolay Minerals Company. Well, hopefully you're enjoying this broadcast here on Rhinelander Cable TV. Another opportunity for us to bring you Rhinelander Hodag basketball. Previously, we brought you a couple of games, including the Hodags down at Marshfield and also Rhinelander at Stevens Point. You can see the Hodag fans have made the trip, excited about it, and with good reason. These Hodags have had a sensational season, maybe haven't gotten a lot of respect across the state, but for Rhinelander, a chance to prove it right here and now. Bayport working in the front court, and down low, Bassendale, and he's going to be called for traveling. And so Bayport looking a little rattled in the initial stages here, where they are somewhat of a young team. Only one senior in the starting lineup, and that is Nick Purrs, who doesn't do a lot of ball handling. He's the 6'5" senior center. Otherwise, Schulke and Apple, a couple of junior guards, and working against the more experienced Hodag guards, having a little bit of trouble to start out here. Teague Orgerman to Casey Drake out on the wing. Now inside to Drake, and Casey with a nice move up strong. That's the way you got to do it. Casey Drake, his first basket of the night. The Hodags lead 7-1. And now Bayport working on offense. Out high on the wing. Shot on the way from number 32, Rob Getluski, was no good. Rebound coming away, up and no good by Purrs, and the Hodags come away with a rebound. So Bayport continuing to struggle from the floor. Brad Jelinek and Matt Wentz will be set to check in for the Hodags in the next dead ball. Here's Casey Drake now. Out high, Teague Orgerman, open three-pointer on the way. Bounces off the back of the rim, but Catilla able to grab the rebound. Looked like he got pushed as he went up for the shot. No foul called, and instead Bayport will come away with it. 2:55 left to go in the first quarter. The Hodags lead it 7-1. Out high for Bayport. And now working down low, I was screened out by Rich Fortier, who's standing in front of me. And Nick Purr is able to come up with the first basket of the game for Bayport. They now lead it 7-3. And I think we're going to get a 20-second timeout for the Hodags. Now apparently no timeout, but we will get a substitution. Not sure what the dead ball call was. But the basket by Nick Purrs finally gets Bayport in the scoring column, at least from the floor. They now trail 7-3 with 2:41 left to go. And Matt Paradek taking a seat on the bench for the Hodags, along with Mike Foster, as Matt Wentz and Brad Jelinek have checked in. You know, that's the depth of this Rhinelander team. To bring in Brad Jelinek and Matt Wentz, two players of that caliber off the bench, says a lot about this Rhinelander basketball team. Casey Drake now working down low, has it knocked away. Another turnover for Rhinelander. And the Hodags have not been perfect in that category by any means here in the early goings, but they still hold a 7-3 lead, which is the main point. Now, a beautiful drive on the way for Bayport, and that basket by Mitch Dreyer, number 21. Nice move as he just took it strong to the hole, and suddenly Bayport catching up a little bit as they now trail by 2, 7-5 with 2:02 left to go in the first quarter. Drake's shot on the way missed. Rebound snatched down by Marcus Solis. So a couple of new faces in the game for Bayport, and suddenly they're making a little bit of a run at the Hodags. That one getting away from the Pirates, however, out of bounds. Another turnover for them, and the Hodags take over with 1:52 left to go here in the first quarter. So a bit of a new lineup in the game for Bayport, and it seems to be effective, at least so far. Here's Teague Orgerman now over to Brad Jelinek. Jelinek thought about a three. Now we'll get it off, and that one's stolen away. That's just kind of a careless play on the part of Brad, and the Hodags are going to have to be much sharper shooting the basketball. Three-pointer on the way is good for Bayport, and Marcus Solis, or I should say Mitch Dreyer, making that three-pointer. Rich Fortier is going to call the timeout. He is not happy with this Hodag team, as Rhinelander has not come out here with the intensity that they need. You can see Rich is fired up. And, you know, when Rhinelander has lost this season, that has been the recurring problem that they have had, not playing aggressive basketball. And right now, you give a team like Bayport a little bit of confidence, and they're going to run with it. 1:23 left to go in the first quarter, 8-7, Bayport with the lead. And so the Bayport bench getting these guys going. Under the DCI sign, you'll find a professional staff committed to service and providing you with top-quality building materials. Through hard work and dedication, DCI has earned its fine reputation through satisfied customers like you. DCI, the Northwoods leader in the building industry, is now DCI Building Center and can now be found in 2 locations, Rhinelander and Sugar Camp. With 1:23 left to go from Brown County Arena in the first quarter, it's Bayport 8, the Hodags 7. Rhinelander jumped out to a 7-1 lead. But all of a sudden, Bayport has come back with a 7-0 run, and they have grabbed the lead 8-7. Another substitution in the game now for the Hodags, as we have Doug Rady checking into the game. And Casey Drake will take a seat on the Hodag bench.
For Rhinelander, number 50, Doug Reddy. For Bayport, number 25, Ben Rowland.
And we're about ready to get play underway once again here. So Rhinelander coming off a couple, well, really a lackluster game, to say the least, against Marinette. Gonna have to step up the intensity here, as this is the sectional, and this is the time where you can't come in complacent. You gotta let it all hang out. As 2 years ago, Antigo found that out the hard way against this Rhinelander team. Jelinek, three-pointer on the way is short. Rebound taken away by Mitch Dreyer. Boy, he has really been a factor early in the game. Dreyer, a 6'2 sophomore, and he's done a great job so far here tonight. Marcus Solis off to Dreyer on the wing. Now pass down low, nice pass. Not able to get the shot off his Roland though, but going up strong with the ball, Nick Purrs, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Boy, the guy that's really making some things happen, Mitch Dreyer. And so the Hodags now with their third foul, and that one goes on
20,
Brad Jelinek.
Personal, third team.
Purrs at the free throw line. Free throw is on the way, rims in.
Free throw by Nick Purrs.
Purrs now with 3 points in the game. We're gonna get a substitution for the Hodags. As Matt Pernick is back into the game, Ryan Catilla takes a seat on the bench. Purrs, second free throw on the way, is good as well. And so Bayport now with a 3-point lead, 10-7. They're on a 9-0 run after the Hodags had grabbed a 7-1 lead to start the game. Hodags working with 37 seconds left here in the first quarter. Brad Jelinek, as now we can see that Bayport has worked into a zone, and that's giving Rhinelander some fits, at least here in the initial stages. Doug Rady shot up is no good. Ball knocked around out of bounds, and it's going to stay Rhinelander possession. The Hodags looking a little rattled offensively right now. It seems like they don't know where they want to pass the ball, as Bayport has sunk into that zone, and the Hodags are struggling against it after getting off to a good start against their man-to-man defense. Now out high for Matt Pernick. Down low for Teague, back to Pernick. 21 seconds left to go in the quarter. Hodags might play for one, and it looks like they will. And I think Bayport will be content to take that as they lead it by 3 here. 12 seconds left to go in the quarter, now 10. Teague Orgerman will work with 8, working with 7. Off to Matt Pernick with 6, 5 seconds. Brad Jelinek, baseline jumper, three-pointer is good. And the Rhinelander Hodags have come back to tie it at the end of the first quarter. So Brad Jelinek off the bench, hopefully giving the Hodags a little bit of a spark here, as Rhinelander now tied with Bayport by a score of 10-10 after the first quarter. Ripco Credit Union is your full-service community credit union, serving the North Woods with professional advice on personal and business banking, as well as offering a wide variety of investment services. Ripco Credit Union is member-owned. Brown County Arena in Green Bay, the site where UW Green Bay plays their basketball games. A floor where the Milwaukee Bucks usually play at least one preseason game during the year. And a lot of other activities go on here in Green Bay, right across from Lambeau Field. So a special event when you can make it down here, and for these Hodag seniors anyway, a couple of them have made the trip now 3 times. Leading scorers in the first quarter for Bayport, Mitch Dreyer off the bench with 5 points. He only played 3 or 4 minutes in the quarter, but he was able to really spark his team. He's got half of the points for this Bayport Pirate team. And Brad Jelinek, the leading scorer for the Hodags, with that last-second three-pointer, as Rhinelander has 4 players in the scoring column. I should say 5. Casey Drake has 2, Ryan Catilla 1, Teague Orgerman and Matt Pernick each with 2, and as I said, Jelinek with 3. The Hodags will start the second quarter with Drake, Orgerman, Doug Rady, Matt Wentz, and Brad Jelinek. Bayport now looks like they're back to their man-to-man defense as they're switching up on Rhinelander here. Matt Went with the ball, going behind the back. How about the big guy? A little fanciness there. And now getting bumped out of bounds and call for travel. Now, that to me is always one of those calls that you wonder about, because when the player knocks you over to cause you to travel, shouldn't that be a foul? Apparently not, as the call does not go the Hodags' way. Right now, Bayport with only 1 foul in the game. The Hodags have 3. Ball knocked away by Doug Rady, out of bounds, and Bayport will retain possession. different atmosphere down here, definitely, than compared to a high school gym where you take a place like Rhinelander and just the fans right on top of you, very loud. Fans are courtside here on the opposite side, the far side that you're looking at, with the press row and the bench on the other side. Now Bayport down low, working up and in. His shot is good by Joe Bassendale as he draws the foul, gets the basket, and now he'll go to the free throw line. Chance for a three-point play as Bayport back out in front now, 12-10.
Bayport basket number 22.
And that foul will go on Matt Wendt for the Hodags.
45, Matt Wendt.
And for Wendt, that is his first, and the Hodags now have 4 as a team. Second time at the line for Bassendale, who misses that one. He's now 1 for 3. He's got 3 points in the game. 12-10 lead for the Bayport Pirates. Teague Orgerman in the front court now stops, working over for Brad Jelinek. Loses control of it. Nice job as Brad Schulke able to come away with it. Another Hodag turnover. And quickly Bayport racing into the front court. This is Bassendale out on the wing for Ben Rowland. Rowland now dribbling, working over on the far side for Mitch Dreyer. Now down low for Bayport, Ben Rowland with the basket. And now the Pirates lead by 4 again, 14-10. So the Hodags definitely have a fight on their hand, at least in the initial stages here. Casey Drake in the lane, shot up is deflected, and it's taken away by Bayport. Rich Fortier wanted a foul on that one, but no call, as the Hodags are not getting any calls, at least in the initial stages of this ball game. Bayport looking to add to their lead, which stands at 4 with 6.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. And now into the front court, looked like we might have had a traveling, but instead Bayport kicking it out. Three-pointer on the way was no good by Rowland. Rhinelander coming away with the rebound. Teague Orgerman working into the front court. Now down low, shot up and no good, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Rich Fortier called the close shaver. Not quite as close as Rhinelander teacher Darlene Mockton suffered at the hands of her students this week. Don't know if you heard about that. If you caught Focus North over the weekend, you know what we're talking about. As Darlene Mockton told her students if they would raise $2,000 for the United Way, she would shave her head. And they not only raised $2,000, they raised about $3,500. And so Miss Mockton, along with Mr. Ed Toddick, both getting some clean shave haircuts.
And number 44, Mike Foster.
Rhinelander has yet to score here in the second quarter. We've got 6:11 left to go, and Teague Orgerman will now shoot his second free throw. Some more substitutions in the lineup for Rhinelander as Mike Foster and Ryan Catilla are back in the game. Teague's second free throw on the way is good, and the Hodags now trail by 3, 14-11. Hodags coming with the full court pressure so far. Bayport has done a good job against it. Wendt getting away with a foul as the referees letting some of the contact go, somehow almost the incidental contact that's not directly affecting the play. And in a way, I like to see that in these games because you hate to see players get in foul trouble when you get to this stage of the season. Bayport missing, but coming away with another rebound as Rentmeester able to come away with it. Now out high for Jason Apple. Apple's guarded by Mike Foster. Now down low on the baseline for Schulke. Schulke getting it out for Apple once again. Bayport doing a good job, just showing patience. Now a nice drive and great move by Ben Rowland, who takes it strong to the hole. He's got 4 quick points here in the quarter. Bayport lead is at 5, 16-11. Rhinelander's going to have to step up the intensity. Bayport has come out playing very hard, and now blocking that one away, Matt Wendt. Rhinelander just not going up strong with the basketball, and Bayport's got a little bit of size on him, and they're taking advantage of that one, as it was Purs blocking that shot by Matt Wendt. Matt doesn't get his shot blocked too often. Bayport leading by 5 as we close in on the 5-minute mark in the quarter. Down low, and Ryan Catilla doing a good job to get around that one, knocking it out of bounds. But as it goes off of Ryan, it will be Bayport possession. Marcus Solis checking back into the lineup for Bayport. He replaces Jason Apple. So Bayport going with Solis, Schulke, Rentmeester, along with Rowland. And now Mitch Dreyer is checked back into the game as he replaces Schulke, and also Nick Purs is in the game for Bayport. Solis inbounding, and he gets it off for Purs. Purs guarded by Wendt. Now takes Matt along the baseline, stops. See, that's a nice move as Matt left his feet and Purrs got under control and able to put up the shot. Purrs now with 6 points in the game. It's a 7-point lead for Bayport, 18-11. Casey Drake in the lane, goes down low. Shot up is no good, but he draws a foul and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And if this foul goes on Urs, it will be his second. It is on number 34, Casey Rentmeester. That's his first, second on Bayport. Excuse me, third on Bayport. Somewhere along the way we missed one. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Casey Drake's free throw on the way just totally bricks its way off there. As Rhinelander kind of struggling from the line. Right now they are only 2 out of 5. Just looking very lethargic to start off here. And you can almost feel that this team does not have the intensity, at least not right now. Rhinelander played very well down the stretch. Of course, had a little bit of a stumble against Wausau West. But the thing you worry about when you play against teams like Green Bay Preble and Marinette, as the Hodags did the last 2 games, is losing that intensity. Drake right now 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And the Hodags now get a break as Bayport turns it over. And I'll tell you, Bayport doing a good job as well, as their defense, I would say, has frustrated the Hodags so far. Rhinelander not able to get a lot of those shots down low that they've really been thriving at on times this year. And Rhinelander certainly not getting any outside shots, at least in the initial stages. Now here's Foster driving in the lane. Beautiful move, a la Troy Doring, basically. And Drake able to come up with a loose ball and put it in. Boy, I'll tell you what, nice athletic move by Foster to create, and then off of that, Rhinelander able to make something happen. Casey Drake now with 4 points in the game, and the Hodags back to within 5 at 18-13. And now Went knocking it away. The Hodags running the break. Here comes Casey Drake. Rhinelander, well, now Drake will pull it out. The Hodags initially had the advantage, but Bayport doing a good job hustling back, and the Hodags will set it up. Ryan Cotillo working down low, has it knocked away. Has really had no place to go, and Bayport, again, with a size advantage on Rhinelander, and the Hodags are struggling against that so far. Rhinelander another steal. Teague Orgeman off the Matt Went steal. Went really making some things happen defensively. Now out for Foster, who gets it off for Went. Went up strong, and it goes in. See, now you can feel the Hodags starting to play a little bit better, and I think Bayport can sense that as well, as the Hodags making it happen defensively. Matt Went, so far the spark plug here. The Hodags have cut it to a 3-point game, 18-15, with 3:26 left to go here in the first half. 22nd timeout for Bayport.
And for Bayport, number 10.
As Matt Went has come up with a couple of steals, and the Hodags able to cut into that Bayport lead. 18-15 your score right now. Right now, Rich Ford's here talking with Matt. Well, we've really seen Matt Went be such a key member of this Hodag team, especially down the stretch here. Had a big game down at Stevens Point, had a big game at Marshfield. And he's definitely going to be a big factor for the Hodags here in this sectional game. So the Pirates with a 3-point lead, now work it into the front court. This is Solis looking at it down low. Deflects out of bounds and is going to be given to the Hodags. So the 3rd straight turnover for Bayport as the Hodag defense starting to tighten. And Rhinelander now looking to take advantage offensively as they trail by 3, looking to cut even more. The lead had been 18-11 for Bayport. Now Rhinelander with 2 straight baskets. Foster out high for Went. This is Foster again. Casey Drake. Drake down low. Ryan Cotillo dribbles, takes it up strong, and puts it in. Nice job by Ryan Cotillo there as he took it up strong, and the Hodags have cut it to a 1-point game, 18-17. Cotillo now with 3 points on the contest. See Bayport struggling a little bit to get it up, but they finally do. This is Solis. Gets it off on the wing. 3-point shot on the way is no good, but Bayport coming up with the rebound. That was Rob Getleski missing it. Now Bayport, Getluski shooting another one up. This one is good. Getluski with a 3-point basket, his first of the game. And Bayport's lead is back to 4, 21-17. Well, Bayport shows that they have some players off the bench, as Getluski, Dreyer, a couple of guys that have really contributed here for Bayport. Now turnover for the Hodags once again. And here comes Bayport looking to add to their lead once again. stands at 21-17. So we close to 2 minutes left to go. Now the Hodags will steal Teague Orgeman up in the front court. Nice body control by Teague, who gets the basket, and Teague with 5 points in the game. Rhinelander back to within 2. Rhinelander's kind of come now with this trapping defense at half court, kind of a new wrinkle. And you can see Bayport struggling with it as we're going to get a 10-second call. Gatluski made the mistake of picking up his dribble in the back court. But boy, if you cross it in the front court, you're going to get right into that trap situation. And I think this is something that the Hodags are throwing at Bayport that maybe they weren't prepared for, because Rhinelander's created a number of turnovers. And Bayport's lead has shrunk down to 2. Now we're going to get a substitution. Jason Apple back into the game, replaces Gatluski, who was guilty of that last turnover. So Rhinelander now with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3-pointer. This is Matt Wendt. Wendt in the lane, gets it off for Drake. Drake dribbles once, now goes over to Teague. Teague looking for Catilla down low. He gets it, now gets it off for Wendt. Wendt, fader, that one is short, and the rebound comes away to Purs. Here comes Bayport now working against the Hodags half-court trapping defense, and you can hear the Bayport fans want their team to take it over the line instead of getting caught behind it. Now, beautiful pass down low as it was Apple finding Purs, and a good job. Purs now 8 points in the game, 23-19 Bayport. Purs has definitely been a factor. He's the tallest guy on the court, and he's taking advantage of it. Under a minute to go, the Hodags trail at 23-19. Casey Drake, 3-pointer on the way, rims in and out, rebound comes away to Purs. As Purs really just went up and over Matt Wendt to take that rebound away from him. And now, again, Bayport struggling. Here comes Wendt to double team with Teague Orgeman. They break it off on the wing. 3-pointer on the way from Schulke is short. Rebound Ryan Catilla. 34 seconds left to go. The Hodags trail 23-19. Mike Foster out on the right wing. Off for Casey Drake. Drake being guarded by Schulke. Off for Teague Orgeman with 15 seconds left. Rhinelander might work for the last shot now. Teague into the lane, gets knocked down, no foul called. And here comes Bayport the other way with 7 seconds left. Rhinelander wanted the turnover, won't get the call. And now with 2 seconds left, the pass is on the way. I'm not sure if Bayport's aware of it. 3-pointer is no good, and it probably was after the shot anyway. So it's been kind of a crazy first half here, as both teams have had their moments and both teams have had their struggles. And in the end, Bayport leads at 23-19. And so we're going to take a break, come back, and we're going to give you some of the scoring from the first half and set the stage for the second half. You're listening, or you're actually watching Rhinelander Hodag basketball here on RCTV. Again, the score, Rhinelander trailing 23-19 here in this Division I sectional semifinal matchup from Brown County Arena. And we'll be back right after this. We are back at Brown County Arena, this Division I sectional semifinal matchup, which sees Bayport leading the Rhinelander Hodags 23-19 here at halftime. Recapping the leading scorers in the first half. First for Bayport, Nick Purs, their 6'5" senior center, leading the way so far with 8 points. Mitch Dreyer has 5 off the bench. Ben Rowland with 4. Joe Bassendale and Ben Gatluski, or I should say Rob Gatluski, with 3 points apiece for Bayport. The Hodags struggling a little bit offensively. Maybe they watched that Wisconsin Badger game today. Anyway, the Hodags led by Teague Orgeman with 5 points in the first half. Casey Drake has 4. Ryan Catilla and Brad Jelinek each with 3. And Matt Perenick and Matt Wendt each with 2. The Hodags are going to have to step it up here in the second half if they hope to advance to tomorrow night's sectional final game, as the Hodags have come out a little bit flat here, to say the least, in the first half. Well, we saw it last week down in Antigo. The Hodags game against Marinette. Rhinelander just did not look good at all. And even though the Hodags were able to come away with a 49-34 victory, I know that the coaching staff and the players themselves really did not feel very good about that one. And so far, it's lingered a little bit, kind of like some of the flu that people have been having this year here in the North Woods. Anyway, the Hodags will look to step it up as the second half is underway. 16 minutes to go in this ball game. And Bayport will work on offense as Nick Purs with the ball. 8 points, as we said, in the first half for him. He's doing a great job so far. And with his size, you got to think that that guy might go on and play a little bit more basketball after this year. Brad Schulke now with the basketball. Out high for Joe Bassendale. Bassendale guarded by Matt Pernick. Hodags going with Pernick, Catilla, Orgerman, Foster, and Drake to start the second half. 30 seconds have passed, and now throwing it away is Bayport, and Casey Drake almost deflected it, but it goes out of bounds, and the Hodags will get possession. And so if you're Rhinelander, that's exactly the way that you like to see things starting off here. The Hodags will work down by 4 in the early stages of the third quarter. Teague will dribble up the basketball, guarded by Bassendale, now gets it off on the wing. And this is Matt Pernick. Pernick dribbling a couple of times, gets it out for Foster. Bayport will start in the man-to-man defense, and Rhinelander will look to work against it. Teague Orgerman now working against Bassendale, spinning a couple times, gets it out for Foster. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rims off the back, and Catilla came down with it, but he had it knocked away, and now Bayport grabs the loose ball. Brad Schulke, I think, hit that one away from Catilla, and now the Hodags stay down by 4. Now Bassendale in the front court, driving down low, takes Pernick and just goes up, misses the shot. Pernick deflects it, gets it off to Catilla, and now Casey Drake will bring it up for Rhinelander. So Rhinelander will try it again, as Casey almost passed it to Teague, and Teague was not looking at him, so good job by Casey to be aware on that one. So Mike Foster now at high, Teague on the wing. Rhinelander working it around. Rhinelander not really with a post-up type player in the game other than Catilla, although sometimes Teague and Drake will do it. But with the size advantage that Bayport has right now, this is Drake, three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Rhinelander continues to struggle shooting the basketball and almost knocked away by Foster, and the Pirates able to recover. Bringing it into the front court is Marcus Solis. Solis almost lost it and now has to pick up his dribble. Gets it off for Bassendale. Bassendale bringing it around. Looked like he traveled, and we're going to get the call. Another turnover for the Pirates. Hodags will try again. We've played over 2 minutes here in the third quarter, and we've got 2 turnovers. I should say neither team has scored. We've got a couple of turnovers for Bayport. A couple of lineup changes. Jason Apple has checked into the game, along with Casey Rentmeester for Bayport. 5:55 left to go in the third quarter. The Hodags still trail 23-19. Neither team has scored. Now the Hodags have it deflected out of bounds, and if you can see the lick on Rich Fortier's face right now, he is not pleased as Rhinelander just continues to look lackluster. And if Rhinelander doesn't get it going, their season is going to come to an end here in Green Bay, and that's not where you want it to end, at least not this team. Matt Pernick now out for Foster. Foster in the lane, going up, has it knocked out, and with everybody flying everywhere, no foul called. In fact, no whistle even blew as the ball went out of bounds, and it looks like Rhinelander will at least retain possession. And Rich Fortier right now is talking with the official on the near side. Inbound pass comes to Teague Orgerman, has it knocked away, no foul called, and now Rhinelander stealing it away, going up strong, missing it is Teague, but the Hodags get the rebound, and finally we get a foul called. And boy, Rich Fortier, you can see him hopping mad on that one as the Hodags are wondering what do they got to do to get a foul called. Finally, they get one. Well, these officials are definitely letting them play. I'd rather have that at a sectional than seeing a lot of ticky-tack fouls, but when the foul comes that directly affects a shot, you got to call those. The foul goes on Nick Purrs, the big senior center. That's his second. So if there's a guy you want to get in foul trouble for these guys, I'd say it would be him. Ryan Catilla at the line. First free throw on the way is good. The Hodags struggled in the first half from the line as they made only 2 out of 6. And now a couple more lineup changes, as Mitch Dreyer is into the lineup and Joe Bassendale as well. And Ryan Catilla now will have his second free throw. First point of the game, 5:31 left to go in the quarter. Catilla's second free throw is good. And now the Hodags trail it by 2, 23-21. Not exactly an offensive spectacle here in the early goings of the third quarter. Jason Apple picks up his dribble, almost knocked away by Mike Foster. Ooh, he almost had that one. Instead, they'll kick it out on the wing. Shot is no good by Kaluski, but the shot up and good for Green Bay, or I should say for Bayport. That one by Bassendale. And Bassendale now with 5 points in the game. 25-21 Bayport. 5 minutes left to go exactly here in the third quarter. Down low now as Ryan Catilla looking to work, goes up strong underneath, and he's going to draw another foul, and this one will go against Purrs again, I believe, and if so, that'll be number 3 on him. The only reason I'm hesitating is the line for me to directly to the basket has a Rhinelander head coach standing in my way, and I'm getting screened out a couple of times. So, and that foul did indeed go on Purrs. That is his third. And it comes with 4:53 left to go. Ryan Catilla has scored both Rhinelander points, make that all 3 here in the second half, and they've all come from the free throw line. We're going to get a substitution. Casey Rentmeester is in, and Nick Purrs will check out. And so for Rhinelander, maybe an opportunity to take advantage a little bit more down low here in the third quarter. Ryan Catilla will be a big part of that. His second shot on the way is good. And so Ryan Catilla with 4 free throws has all the Hodag points in the quarter. Rhinelander trails 25-23. 4:52 to go. We'll see how it affects Bayport with their big senior leader on the bench. Nice drive going in, but it's blocked away. Apple had his shot rejected by Matt Paranek, and now we got bodies flying all over the place as Foster just went diving like he was sliding into second base head first, and Bayport taking the timeout on the play. It'll be a full timeout. So Rhinelander maybe picking up the intensity a little bit here. As you can see, 4:41 left to go, 25-23 Bayport. Ripco Credit Union is a full-service community credit union serving the North Woods with professional advice on personal and business banking, as well as offering a wide variety of investment services. Ripco Credit Union is member-owned. Ooh, a little psychedelic there. Under the DCI sign, you'll find a professional staff committed to service and providing you with top-quality building materials. Through hard work and dedication, DCI has earned its fine reputation through satisfied customers like you. DCI, the Northwoods leader in the building industry, is now DCI Building Center and can now be found in 2 locations, Rhinelander and Sugar Camp. There you get a look at the Hodag bench. Rhinelander head coach Rich Fortier, along with his assistant coaches Mike Vilas, John Nettleton, Ron Johnson, and Charlie Laham. Full contingency of Hodag coaches are down here making the trip. So with 4:41 left to go, the Hodags trail by 2. Bayport will inbound, and we'll see if Rhinelander, what kind of pressure they come with. Right now the Hodags will just stick in the man-to-man defense. And now Bayport working it out on the wing, as Gatluski thought about a 3 for a moment, now working down low, and this is Bassendale just working in, and we're going to get an offensive foul. No, a traveling called on Bassendale. He's really giving Matt Paranek the elbows, and I thought they were going to call a foul on him, but they do call the travel in any case. And another turnover for Bayport. And for Bayport, Coach Paul Deacon pleading with the officials there about that one, but really he's lucky his player didn't get a foul called. This is Paranek now at high for Foster. Rhinelander just offensively needs to get a little bit more flow going right now, as they're kind of just passing it out on the perimeter and just not really doing a lot of creating, either off the dribble or trying to work the ball down low. And give Bayport a lot of credit for that. Now here's Ryan Catilla, by far the most aggressive player in the second half. It's up and in for Catilla. Ryan Catilla now with 9 points. He's got 6 points here in the second half. The Hodags have come back to tie it at 25. Well, what a job Ryan Catilla has done for the Hodags, as Rhinelander has come back to tie it. 3:45 left to go in the third quarter. And now Bayport working it down low. Rhinelander stealing it away. Well, we talked about Nick Purrs getting on the bench with foul trouble, and so far it's affecting Bayport. Rhinelander taking advantage down low. Teague Orgerman, I should say, going down low for the shot, and as he drives in, he'll pick up another foul on Bayport. So Teague doing a good job. That foul will go on Jason Apple. That is his first foul. And 3 team fouls now in Bayport with 3.5 minutes left to go in the quarter. The Hodags have not committed a foul as of yet. Teague Orgerman's free throw on the way is good. And so the Hodags, who were 2 out of 6 from the line in the first half, have now hit all 5 in the second. Mass substitutions for Bayport, as Purrs has checked back into the lineup along with Ben Rowland and Brad Schulke. And also Marcus Soul is into the lineup, so mass substitutions for Bayport. Pirates have seen their lead disappear. The Hodags now lead by 1. Shot on the way, bounces in. The Hodags are now 6 for 6 from the line. They have outscored Bayport here in the quarter by a total of 8-2. And the Hodags 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 3:23 left to go, 27-25 Rhinelander. And now we'll see if the defensive intensity will just create another turnover for Rhinelander. This is Matt Paranek out high guarding Bassendale, now working it down low, and Ryan Catilla doing a great job on that one as he fronts Purrs, and the Hodags coming away with the turnover. Paranek on the wing looking for Catilla, has it knocked away. Teague Orgerman will recover it, however. Rhinelander will reset This is Pernick on the wing, now working it down low for Catilla, out high for Teague Orgerman in the lane. And Mike Foster's shot is up and good. Hey, what a soft touch by Mike Foster as he scores his first 2 of the night. The Hodag lead is now 4, 29-25. 2:38 left to go. Bayport now looking a little rattled perhaps as they need a basket. And this is Bassendale down low, gets it off on the baseline. Shot on the way is no good by Solis. The rebound comes away to Matt Pernick. Now Rhinelander with all the momentum. The Hodag bench is up and cheering. And the Hodag fans getting into it as well. Rhinelander up by 4, 2:15 left to go. Ryan Catilla down low, shot up, no good. But the Hodags with the rebound. Matt Pernick up, no good. And we're going to get a foul called on the play. And the whole Rhinelander bench is up and cheering as the Hodag intensity, you can just feel it, has definitely gone up a notch here in the quarter. 2:10 left to go. The Hodags lead 29-25. And the shot on the way is good for Pernick. Another substitution for Bayport. Rob Getluski checks in. Brad Schulke takes a seat on the bench. Pernick's second free throw is no good, rims off. The Hodags' first miss of the quarter, but on the play we get a foul called, and this one's going to go against Ryan Catilla. And for Rhinelander, that's just not a very smart free throw, or I should say not a very smart foul. And you can see Rich Fortier didn't really like the call as well, but it will go on the Hodags. That is their first of the second half. So all in all, you'll take that if you're the Hodags, who lead by 5, 30-25 with 2:08 left to go in the third quarter. Bayport working it against the Rhinelander man-to-man defense. They're looking down low perhaps for Purrs, but not able to get him. And now Bassendale driving in, goes up strong and gets the basket and is fouled as well. What a nice move by Joe Bassendale as he took Pernick to the hole, and he showed some pretty good hops himself on that one.
Bayport basket number 22, Joe Bassendale. Rhinelander foul number 30.
And so the Hodags get their second foul only in a matter of seconds here. Matt Pernick will draw that one, and it's 30-27. We're going to get a timeout with 1:50 left. Bassendale has scored so far all four points for Bayport in the quarter. Under the DCI sign, you'll find a professional staff committed to service and providing you with top quality building materials. Through hard work and dedication, DCI has earned its fine reputation through satisfied customers like you. DCI, the Northwoods leader in the building industry, is now DCI Building Center and can now be found in 2 locations, Rhinelander and Sugar Camp. Ripco Credit Union is a full-service community credit union serving the Northwoods with professional advice on personal and business banking, as well as offering a wide variety of investment services. Ripco Credit Union is member-owned. And we want to thank the rest of our sponsors for this broadcast here on Rhinelander Cable TV, Wausau Paper's Technical Specialty Division, Rhinelander Mill, and Nicolay Minerals Company, as we come to you from Brown County Arena in Green Bay. Technically, it is the Green Bay Southwest Sectional, but whichever area team hosts the Sectional, they all get the opportunity to host it here at Brown County Arena. It's nice of the folks at Brown County Arena to allow these tournaments to go on because it is a great atmosphere. You can get a lot of fans in here. And I'd say, looking around right now, we're probably a good 70% full, maybe 80% full. And that's a pretty good statement. Shows a lot of support for high school basketball from both of these communities. And immediately following this game, as the free throw on the way is up and rattles around and is good for Bassendale, who now has 8 points in the game, all 5 points here in the second half for Bayport. Green Bay West and Appleton East would be coming up in the game right after this one, so I'm sure their fans will be filing in as well. Now the Hodags working on offense. Mike Foster kicking it out for Ryan Catilla, loses it. Bassendale comes away with it. Rhinelander wanted a jump ball called. No call, however, and Bayport will come away with it as Bayport works into the front court with Marcus Solis. Now over to Bassendale. Down low as he tries to get it to Purrs. Purrs goes up strong, misses the shot, but does draw the foul. So just as soon as the Hodags have taken the lead, Bayport is coming back pretty strong here. taking advantage of the Hodag turnover. Ryan Cotillo draws a foul. That's his second. Both have come here in the third quarter. And now Nick Purz, with 8 points all in the first half, will go to the free throw line. A couple of substitutions will be ready for the Hodags in just a moment. Purz's free throw is in and out. And Brad Jelinek and Matt Wendt will check in. Matt Perenick will check out along with Mike Foster. So the Hodags going with their twin towers, if you will, Matt Wendt and Ryan Cotillo. And boy, the way Matt Wendt played in the first half and the way that Ryan Cotillo is playing here in the second, hopefully that'll spell some good things for the rest of the half for Hodags. Second free throw is short as it rims off once again. So Purz, I should say, is 0 for 2, 30-28. Rhinelander leads. Teague Orgeman into the front court as he's guarded by Bassendale. Now has it knocked away, but coming away with it is Casey Drake. Baseline jumper no good as Casey continues to struggle shooting the ball. He's made only one basket so far, and coming away with it is Bayport. This is Bassendale. And we're going to get a foul called, I believe, and this will be against the Hodags. It is, and it looks like it'll be on Ryan Cotillo. We'll have to see what the foul call exactly will be. It is on Ryan Cotillo. 3 fouls now for Ryan, and they've all come here in the third quarter. And so if you're Rich Fortier, do you take him out the rest of the quarter or just leave him in? 52 seconds left to go, and the baseline jumper on the way, rims in and out, and the ball knocked around, and it comes away to Matt Wendt as that shot was launched by Gitluski, but it was no good. So with 40 seconds left, the Hodags will probably hold for the last shot as they hold a 30-28 lead. And I think Brad Jelinek, Teague Orgeman, and Casey Drake will just kind of toss it around here to try to drain these remaining 30 seconds before finally setting up a shot, probably with about 10 seconds left. But Bayport going to pressure it a little bit. Now Casey Drake with 22 seconds left. Now the official begins his 5-second count. And this is Teague Orgeman, guarded by Bassendale. Now the count begins once again. 12 seconds left to go, and I think Teague will start to work it now. Teague with 9, Teague with 8. Here he works against Bassendale, spinning in the lane. Teague with 4 seconds, gets it off to Jelinek now, and his shot will be off the front of the rim. Rebound gathered by Bayport. And so the Rhinelander Hodags, well, they like their position better than where it was at the end of the half, as the Hodags, after 3 quarters, now lead this game 30-28. Rhinelander outscoring Bayport 11-5 in that quarter, keyed by Ryan Cotillo, who had 6 of the Hodags' points in the quarter, and Joe Bassendale with 5 for Bayport in the third quarter. Once again, we want to thank our fine sponsors for this broadcast: DCI Building Center, Ripco Credit Union, Wausau Papers Technical Specialty Division, Rhinelander Mill, and Nicolay Minerals Company. Also want to thank our fine production staff down here. Our technical director is Kelly Longtime. Rob Myers on our floor camera that you're taking a look at that view right now. And Kenny White helping us up top, and so we appreciate his services as well. There you get a good shot of the Brown County Arena. So the final 8 minutes about to embark. Will the Hodags advance to the sectional final, or will their season come to an end? The next 8 minutes will tell the story. And so this is what high school basketball is supposed to be all about at this stage of the season. Yeah, maybe Rhinelander was favored a little bit coming into this one, and maybe they even felt themselves that they were a better team. But I'll tell you what, looking at Bayport on the court, you know, you wonder how a team like this went only 10-11 on the season, because they are doing a great job here tonight. And now the referees starting the count before the Hodags came out of the timeout. And I don't think Rich Fortier liked that effort too much, but the Hodags able to inbound nonetheless. Hodag starting first on offense as Teague Orgeman drives in, scores, and the Hodag lead grows to 4. Teague now with 9 points in the game, first 2 of the fourth quarter, and the Hodag lead at 32-28. Now Bassendale working out high. He gets it off for Solis. Solis patient, as Bayport really has done a good job being patient in this game. We had a little contact there. Matt Wendt knocks it away, and chasing after it really, well, I was going to say we could have had a foul on that one, and now we do get one as the call is finally made. Matt Wendt picks up the foul. That is his second personal. The Hodags now with 5 team fouls. So 2 more, and Bayport will be in the bonus. Closing in on the 7-minute mark left to go in the game. Teague Orgeman, the steal, now racing out ahead, and will get the lay-in. Teague Orgeman, big play for Rhinelander, no question about that. Now with 11 points, the Hodag lead is 6, 34-28. Just got in the passing lane, stuck out that long arm, made the play, and then a great job on the dribble to break away from the rest of the pack and get the easy lay-in. Rhinelander's defense converting into offense. Now the baseline jumper, Schulke on the way, rims in and out. Hodags fighting for the rebound. Matt Wendt comes away with it, and now as he tries to dribble past Solis, he's able to recover it. Brad Jelinek, open three-pointer, no good as it rims short, and Bayport comes away with it. Brad's got to follow his shot on that one. Nonetheless, the Hodags still leading by 6, 34-28. Boy, if he had nailed that one, this place would have exploded, and it would have been all Rhinelander fans cheering. Now Bayport working it down low. Nice pass inside for Ben Rowland. His first 2 of the second half after he had 4 in the first half. Bayport back to within 4, 34-30. Went on the wing. Dribbles, now gets it down low to Casey Drake. Drake only with 1 basket, gets it to go and is fouled. Well, that's what Casey needs to do, and that's what the Rhinelander offense needs. Casey Drake, his first points here in the second half, and they come at a great time, don't they? Casey now with 6 in the game, and he'll have a chance to make it 7. 36-30 Hodags, 6:04 left to go. Ryan Katsula checks back in for Rhinelander. We'll get 3 substitutions in for Bayport as Rentmeester is back into the game, Getluski is back into the game, and Mitch Dreyer is back into the game. And Casey Drake at the free throw line, where the Hodags have done a much better job here in the second half, hits the shot, and Casey now with 7 points in the game. The Hodags 8 of 9 from the line so far. 6 minutes left to go, 37-30 Hodags. And if Rhinelander can get a couple of defensive stops and some more baskets, they'll be going on. And we get a turnover by Bayport, and the Hodags will get it back. Well, Paul Deacon, the Bayport head coach, you can see him pacing there in the brown jacket. His team had really played a great first half and just really fell flat offensively. Credit the Rhinelander defense in part in the third quarter, and now the Hodags looking to take advantage. It's been a totally different second half here. Here's Drake out high. His three-pointer on the way is good, and that may be a real death blow for this Bayport team. Casey Drake now with 10 points in the game, 40-30 Hodags. Bayport calls the timeout, and look at the Hodags, they are fired up. And Casey Drake has really come alive for Rhinelander, and that's what you like to see. 40-30, the Hodags lead with 5:28 left to go here in the ball game. Ripco Credit Union is your full-service community credit union serving the Northwoods with professional advice on personal and business banking, as well as offering a wide variety of investment services. Ripco Credit Union is member-owned. Under the DCI sign, you'll find a professional staff committed to service and providing you with top-quality building materials. Through hard work and dedication, DCI has earned its fine reputation through satisfied customers like you. DCI, the Northwoods leader in the building industry, is now DCI Building Center and can now be found in 2 locations, Rhinelander and Sugar Camp. Along with DCI and Ripco Credit Union, our sponsors for tonight's game, our Wausau Papers Technical Specialty Division, Rhinelander Mill, and Nicolay Minerals Company. The Hodag fans are getting on their feet now as the Hodags have really done a great job here in the fourth quarter as they led 30-28 after 3. The Rhinelander Hodags have now outscored Bayport 10-2 in the fourth quarter to break this one open. In fact, since halftime, Rhinelander has outscored Bayport 21-7, and so that's really been the difference. So Bayport's going to have to get it going. This is Getluski with the ball, dribbling around, now gets it off on the wing for Solis, working it around for Dreyer. Dreyer out high for Purrs, who's really been slowed after getting into foul trouble, and now he tries to pass it down low. We're going to get a deflection off a Hodag hand and out of bounds, and so Rhinelander, or I should say Bayport, will retain possession. Pat Hornick checks into the game, a 6'3" senior for Bayport, and he replaces Nick Purrs. Bayport will inbound from underneath their basket, and boy, talk about instant offense. Pat Hornick just gets open right away. He gets in the game and scores the 2 immediately, 40-32 Bayport. They needed that basket. Now Teague Orgeman will work into the front court, guarded by Hornick. Rhinelander not in much of a hurry here as time is on their side with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Rhinelander leads by 8. Teague Orgeman's going to take him one-on-one. Gets down low, shot up, almost goes in, but he draws the foul. And what a job by Teague Orgeman on that one as the Hodags just cleared it out for their senior point guard. And he did a great job taking the 6'3" Hornick to the hole. That foul actually will go on Marcus Solis. And that will be number 6 on Bayport here in the second half. One more, and the Hodags will be in the bonus. Teague Orgeman will go to the line. Free throw on the way is good. And boy, have the Hodags done a job from the line here in the second half. Teague so far is 3 for 3. Right now, Rhinelander 9 of 10 at the line. Coach Paul Deacon continues to shuffle players in and out of his Bayport lineup, trying to find the right combination as time is starting to run out on his team. Teague Orgeman will go to the line now, again for his second shot. And this one rims in. Teague Orgeman, what a second half he has played for the Hodags, as he now has 11 points in the game, 6 points here in the second half. 42-32 Rhinelander, 4.5 minutes left to go from Brown County Arena. And Bayport really has not had a lot of great shot opportunities here in the second half. And you can see the Hodags really are taking away their ability to score down low. And Rhinelander will keep them on the perimeter all day if they can. Matt Wendt picks up that foul as he was out guarding Hornick. And for Wendt, that will be his third personal. So Wendt and Catilla each with 3, and the Hodags now with 6. So each team with 6 personal fouls, or 6 team fouls. So both teams will be on the bonus on the next foul situation. Rhinelander lead is at 10. Pass down low, and it's Purrs scoring the basket. His first basket of the second half, his first points of the second half after scoring 8 in the first. And I think Rhinelander wanted a foul, or a traveling called on that one. Teague working, gets it off to Wendt, out high, Casey Drake. Another three-pointer on the way. That one's off the front of the rim. And Rich Fortier is telling his team to settle down. They really don't need to hurry. Would really like to run some clock before taking shots. Now down low, Purrs up again. This one's blocked away, but they're going to get a foul on the play as well, as Catilla, I think, got part of the ball and part of the hand. And Ryan Catilla now with 4 fouls.
Rhinelander foul number 22, Ryan Catilla. 4 personal, 17.
3.5 minutes left to go, and Catilla indeed picking up the foul, his 4th. Nick Purrs will go to the line, excuse me, and he'll have 2 free throws. As Purrs 0 for 2 from the line here in the second half. Now we're going to get a timeout called for Rhinelander, 20-second timeout. And I think what Rich Fortier is going to tell his team here is, let's not rush anything. We've got 3.5 minutes to go, and right now with an 8-point lead, the Hodags at one stage had that 10-point lead. And if you're the Hodags, you're in control. You just got to work the ball around, work some time off the clock, and just work for the good shot. Not that you don't take any shot, but make sure you get a good one, and you certainly don't have to rush anything. Should the Hodags win this game, they would advance to take on the winner of Green Bay West and Appleton East. And should they win this game, we will have that game for you also here on Rhinelander Cable TV. So just kind of watch for the listings of how we're exactly going to work this out. We know this much, that Sports Weekly won't be on this week, as really this is a Sports Weekly special presentation and taking the place of it. As this is it. This is all that's left of our winter sports season is Rhinelander boys basketball. First shot on the way by Purrs is up and good, and so he quickly has 3 points here in the fourth quarter after not scoring at all in the third. Purrs now with 11 points in the game. Second free throw, good as well. Bayport starting to creep back in it. They've cut the Rhinelander 10-point lead down to 6, 42-36, 3.5 minutes left to go. Teague Orgeman bringing it up for Rhinelander. Gets a screen from Wendt, now gets it off to Matt. Matt over to Casey Drake, now to Brad Jelinek. Jelinek dribbles once, picks up his dribble. Now working it down low. Matt Wendt shot up and in, and a foul. And a great job by Matt Wendt, who gets the shot to go. And the Hodags senior really giving the Hodags a big shot there. Matt only his 2nd basket of the game, but it's a big one. Comes with 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and he's got a chance to give the Hodags a 9-point lead. shot on the way is good, or I should say no good for Wentz. The Hodags battling for the loose ball and almost had it, but it goes out of bounds. Ryan Cotillo doing a great job hustling on that one. So Rhinelander, that is the first free throw they've missed here in the fourth quarter, only the second free throw they've missed in the second half after going 2 of 6 in the first half. 44-36, Bayport breaking free, and now shot out on the wing. It's on the way, no good by Hornick, and Brad Jelinek coming away with the rebound. Now Fortier saying, slow it down. We've hit the 2:56 mark with Rhinelander in an 8-point lead. The Hodags do not have to hurry. They are in control of this one, and if they just don't turn it over, eventually Bayport's going to have to foul them. Teague Orgeman working out high. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the quarter. Casey Drake, as he's guarded by Schulke. Now out high once again for Teague. Teague guarded by Ben Rowland. Rowland out high for Matt Went. You can see Rhinelander doing a good job, taking precious seconds off the clock. If you're Bayport, you really got two enemies at this point. One is the Hodags, the other is time. Now Casey Drake shot on the way is good, and he's fouled as well. And Brad Schulke cannot believe it, as Casey Drake saw the opening, took it, and Schulke lightly challenged it, but he must have got Teague on the arm because the official was right there and he made the call. And what a big play that will be for Rhinelander. Casey Drake, man, has he played a fourth quarter or what? As he now has 7 points in the quarter and with a chance to make it 8. Substitution, Ryan Cotillo will take a seat on the bench. Matt Perenick is back in. 46-36. And Casey looking to make it an 11-point lead. Shot on the way is good. And Casey now with 13 in the game. 47-36 Hodags. Now if you're Rhinelander, you want to play good aggressive defense, but you don't want to foul. Bayport will work it up court. This is Marcus Solis. Solis working it around for Schulke. Now over to Dreyer. And you can see Bayport just kind of going backwards. They really, you can see the Hodags are just pushing them out. And their offense is really not getting any point-blank shots and certainly not getting any open shots. As picking up the dribble is Rowland and almost getting a 5-second call there for the Hodags. Now the three-pointer on the way, rims in and out. Matt Went with the rebound. And Rich Fortier, look how excited he is on the effort that his team did defensively on that one. Bayport really never had any good shot opportunity, and now we're going to get a foul called. This one will go against Schulke. Casey Drake will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. And Rhinelander fans, I think, are starting to sense this one. 1:41 left to go. The Hodags lead it 47-36. And Casey Drake going to the line after 4 points in the entire first half, none in the third quarter. Casey has exploded here, although he misses that one. But Drake, wow, he has 8 points in the fourth quarter alone. And you take Bayport, for instance, and right now they only have 8 points themselves, the entire team in the quarter. Now working it down low. Good job of passing, but missing the shot is Rowland. And Rhinelander comes away with it. Casey Drake with 1:21 working it around. Now Teague Orgeman. The tough thing for Bayport is the guys that handle the ball for Rhinelander can shoot free throws. And so you got to be careful even about who you foul. Teague Orgeman just working it around. Now back to Casey Drake, and he'll be fouled by Schulke once again. 1:05 left to go, and the Hodag fans are on their feet across the way. That's the fourth personal foul on Schulke. And now 10 team fouls for Bayport, so Casey Drake will go to the line, and he'll shoot 2 free throws here. Casey Drake's shot is good, and Casey now with 14 points on the night. Another substitution for Bayport. Tony Meyer has checked in, and he replaces number 25, Ben Rowland. All the Hodag bench is on their feet right now, as they're excited about the possibility to play in a sectional championship. Second free throw good for Casey Drake. 15 points, 11 have come in the fourth quarter. 49-36, a minute left to go from Brown County Arena. Here's Dreyer driving in, missing the shot. Rebound knocked loose, comes away to the Hodags. Teague Orgeman doing a great job to control it, and now just working it into the front court with 45 seconds left to go. Down low, Brad Jelinek shot up, no good, but he's fouled going up, and now he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And now we're going to see some substitutions into the game for Rhinelander. Senior Ian Nelson about ready to check in, along with senior Dan Karnoski. As they'll get a little court time here at Brown County Arena. And the Hodags will advance to the sectional final. Well, this was what I think Rhinelander wanted all along, was just to get another opportunity to go to state. Free throw on the way is good for Jelinek. But I think for Rhinelander, they've got even bigger plans. Teague Orgeman will check out of the game. What a night for Teague, as he'll finish with 13 points. Casey Drake checking out as well. And Casey will finish with 15 points, 11 coming in the fourth quarter. What a job those two guys did here in the fourth quarter for Rhinelander. Mike Corpel and Hunter Trimble checking in. Ben Furta checking in. And now Matt Pernick is out. Matt Wentz is out. And we're going to get Furta check in for the shooter, which will be Jelinek. High fives all around on the Hodag bench. As now it's time to have a little fun, although if I know Rich Fortier, he has planned this trip to be very businesslike. It's not a party trip by any means. This is going to be a matter of probably after this game, sticking around and watching the game between Green Bay West and Appleton East, taking some notes. The players will be called on to observe the game as well. And then tomorrow will be all business. I'm sure they'll have a shoot around and stay together as a team, because really this is a mission and half of it is done. And I know Rhinelander wants to get the other half. Now we get Brad Jelinek checking out. Ben Furta has checked in. With 42 seconds left, we had a foul on the play. And going to the line for Bayport, John Biolo. Don't know if that's any relation to Mr. Biolo from Rhinelander High School. I'll have to ask him. But Biolo's free throw is good. And he'll have another now. What a job the Hodags have done here in the second half, though, as they have scored 31 points after only 19 in the first half. Dan Karnoski coming away with the loose ball. Now to Ian Nelson. Nelson gets it off to Karnoski, working it into the front court for Hunter Trimble. Trimble dribbling the ball, gets it off for Karnoski. 30 seconds left to go from Brown County Arena. Dan Karnoski losing it, and Bayport able to make the steal. 50-37. And if time permits, we'll get another Hodag substitution. 17 seconds left. Mike Corpel will be called for the foul against Jason Apple. And now we will get a substitution for the Hodags and a chance to see a freshman for the Hodags. Guy that we're going to see a little bit from over the next few years. Number 54, Matt Stein, is into the game as he replaces Corpel. So 16.5 seconds left to go. Jason Apple at the free throw line. He's played most of the game but has not scored for Bayport. Free throw on the way is good, though. His first of the game. Bayport with only 10 points here in the quarter. Meanwhile, the Hodags have scored 20 points in the quarter. And the second shot on the way is good. And Apple with 2 points gets in the scorebook. Now Hunter Trimble working it up. Lost it, but Matt Stein able to come away with it. Gets it off to Karnoski with 8 seconds. Ian Nelson, three-pointer. Get in there. No good. Ben Furta, the rebound, goes up strong. Can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball, and now we're going to get a jump ball situation. 0.7 of a second left. And you can see the Rhinelander starters who are on the bench watching, well, the junior varsity guys and the players who really work them hard in practice, getting a chance to play and have some fun. And they really wanted to see Ian Nelson get that one, but it didn't work for Ian. Final shot on the way is no good. 50-39. The Rhinelander Hodags have won this Division I sectional semifinal here at Brown County Arena. And the teams will now shake hands at midcourt, as Rich Fortier and his staff shaking hands with Paul Deacon and his staff. The Rhinelander Hodags advancing to the sectional championship hosted by Green Bay Southwest with a 50-39 victory. And so, well, that means we're going to have another broadcast for you, and we'll be giving you more details about that here on RCTV. We're going to take a break right now, and then we're going to come back and we're going to give you some of the scoring totals right after that. This, you see the score, 50-39. The Hodags win it. Back right after this.